why do people refer and introduce people to the Dekker team?
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
But why would somebody that's never had the opportunity to work with the Dekker team still refer friends, family, and coworkers? I'm Yetta Dekker.
I'm Virginia Dawson.
And I'm Ken Dekker.
And we're excited to welcome you to another episode of the Inside Track on Real Estate, where we share techniques, thoughts, and tools that we all need, we all deserve. You, I, everyone, so we can turn our house into home where our families thrive and we live the best life possible.
That's what I want to do. So what we should do is we should hear from somebody that does just that. They refer. They haven't used us to buy real estate.
Worked
or
with
sell
us
it.
because they haven't had opportunity.
That's
They've
right. They
stayed
haven't
in their
moved.
house
Right.
since before we met them. So proof that we don't encourage people to move just because we're good friends.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So why do you refer the Dekker team to your friends, family, and coworkers?
There's one word, trust. Trust is very important in my world, in the world. And I trust you guys to bring the best to the people in my world that I then introduce you to.
And so trust, it's kind of like when I love a good movie or a good restaurant, I trust that I've had a good experience. Or in your case, you've never had the experience. So where does your trust come from?
From building relationships. So we are friends, and I know your hearts at the deepest level. And so I trust. I trust. So there's no question in my mind that I will introduce people who are looking to buy or sell a house to the Dekker team. So whether it's you, Yetta, whether it's you, Ken, whether it's Candace, or whether it's Ryan.
Or Leah.
Yeah. I trust it. So I have no attachment to it. I'm talking to somebody in conversation or at work. I happen to work somewhere where people are moving into the city. In that case, I do refer. I have 3 referrals for them. And the Dekker team
Because that's an obligation when you're at work.
Absolutely.
Right.
There's people in that community who are real estate agents, but Dekker team is always on that list because I trust.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we do. Thank you.
Because there is a little quote. I know it's not quote time because we quote at the end, but there's a quote that a referral is the greatest compliment that you can give someone.
An introduction to somebody is the best ever compliment. Yeah, so very true.
Because it says you trust. You trust us. You trust what we do. You trust our heart. That are really that the reason we're in business is to serve first. And we've always said when you serve the client to the best of your abilities, the money will take care of itself. If you worry about the money, you won't have clients to work with because they smell it.
Yes.
Well, they can see it in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
I mean, there is other episodes where we share some of the original backstory when I got in the industry 30 years ago, because it wasn't always what it is today. I'm not who I was then, and our service wasn't. And not that it was bad service. It was just not always with the best interest of the client at heart. I didn't get that if I put you first, then automatically, just by default, I was going to be just fine. And so that shift has been huge. So you've used the word trust a whole lot. Can you unpack what does trust look like?
So when I refer somebody, I give them your name, I give them your cell number, and I really don't think about it again. So that to me is trust. I'm not worrying about it. I have nothing holding me back from giving your name, and I'm not attached to the outcome. It's just like a good restaurant, just like you said, or a good movie. Sometimes I've told you about some great movies that I think are hilarious.
Yeah, which I think.
And
are
you're like, oh my
And we go,
goodness.
what were you thinking when you watched this?
And I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm not attached to that outcome either.
Right.
And for this, I know you bring people joy. And sometimes actually what happens is when I come to a Dekker team
Family gathering.
and sometimes I'll see somebody there that I know and I'm like, oh, hi. And then that's when I find out, because we're not standing around when we get together talking about your clients. Like, that is none of my business. It's not what we do.
Right.
And what I get to do is refer people to who I know, like, and trust. It's easy.
Right. Yeah.
And when you do it, we obviously appreciate it. I've heard you say, though, more than once, you don't necessarily do it for us.
Absolutely. It's
And that's kind of like, ouch.
It is. It's a win-win-win, because the people that, and sometimes when I'm referring to the person I'm speaking with, I may not know that person because I have been working with them on another area. And I will just refer again because I trust. And so because I'm doing it when I'm giving them 3 names, it's really up to them who they're going to choose to work with, who resonates with them. And always the Dekker team is on there.
Right. And then there's often times where you actually make an introduction,
Yes.
where it's not related to your place of work. So you don't have the obligation of 3. You give 1. And you'll actually text me and say, hey, you have to talk to them, or you'll give them my number, me their number, or Candace's or Leah's or Ryan's or Ken's, but the team, or just call the office, 613-860-4663. And I know you have that programmed in your phone.
Yes.
And so you're saying, hey, these guys you want to talk to.
Yes.
Once you talk to them, you make your own decision, but you're really not just giving a referral. You so often introduce us.
Yes.
You get us connected.
Yes.
And that is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I would call it a trust transfer. Because when you...
I like that.
Yeah, because there's many ways to build trust, right? You can build trust through experience with someone over time, that they always hold your confidence, that they always have your best will at heart, that, that kind of thing. You can get trust through reputation. Someone's reputation in the industry is just known throughout, that they're professional, that they're knowledgeable. And then you can get trust through a referral. And a referral means I'm borrowing your trust in them, or your trust in that restaurant, or your trust in that movie, and I'm taking that on because I trust you. So it's a referral of trust.
Or a trust transfer.
Yeah, trust transfer.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It's really cool. So the first time you did it, the very first time, why did you have confidence before you heard any outcome from someone that you had introduced us to?
Like, it comes down to our relationship. So I trust you at the deepest level.
So gut.
Absolutely.
Gut.
And
'Cause it
experience.
was- well, I guess it was still experience. I'm thinking there wasn't
Yeah.
real estate specific experience, but there was experience in how we handled things.
Yes.
Because sometimes you have to make that blink, that gut decision, like maybe you're going to buy a car, and we've gone to buy cars, and when you meet the salesperson, you immediately have we call it a blink, or an immediate impression, a gut feeling. Do I trust them? Do they feel like they're just out to sell something and they don't really care about my family's needs?
Right.
Yeah.
So loyal customers, what's your
Yep.
favorite newest quote, Ken?
Okay, well, let me read it. It's loyal customers. They don't just come back. They don't simply recommend you. They insist that their friends do business with you. That's by Chip Bell.
Right. We're grateful to be your partners in building wealth through real estate.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.